Now this is what I'm talking about, baby.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Let's Be Blunt, the podcast, not the radio, the podcast. And of course, I'm everybody's favorite retard, Tony Tajay. And we are here with.
Hey everybody, it's Big Mama. You know the vibes. We're over here on Let's Be Blunt with another client, another interview, another get to know somebody that y'all kind of know, but y'all gonna know deeper on this podcast, yo. Social media is real quick. Let's Be Blunt, the link tree. If you guys wanna peep all the last 5 years of Let's Be Blunt, it's Linktree 2020. No, Linktree. Ooh.
No,
Ooh.
she's very, very wrong. It's Linktree / Let's Be Blunt 2020. And if you want to find all my stuff,
Listen to him.
Linktree / I am Tony Tajay. She tripping.
I know, man. It's been one of them days. Go ahead and give everybody your name and where we can find your social medias at.
Oh, my name is Double A. That's my Superman name. But my Clark Kent name is Aaron, as you see right there.
But his black name is AA.
Oh, Key and Peele, yeah. You can't forget that.
Can't forget that at all.
Yeah, my social media, Instagram is Double A Official, DOUBLEAA Official, OFFICIAL. Same thing on YouTube and SoundCloud, and on Twitter, or we call X now, right?
Yeah.
I'm still calling it Twitter. It's double AAOFF.
Okay. I'll definitely be tagging all those so people know.
Yeah.
Definitely, for sure. Yo, I want to shout out to Facebook, my behind the scenes central. Y'all can't see Aaron, but he is here.
Nah, I was about to say, can they hear?
Yeah, they can hear him. He's right there, guys. Y'all can see him. I promise. He is here. We are popping, doing this interview. What up, everybody tuning in and listening on Facebook on Behind the Scenes Central for this episode?
I got a lot to learn about this live stream.
Oh, yeah. It's a process, yo. Compared to 2016 and above, the live streaming and the technology has gone crazy, I feel like, yo. But I want to get into where you're from. What do you do, per se? How'd you get into what you do?
Well, I'm from Chicago, Illinois, from the very far north side, the Rogers Park area,
Gotcha.
which is right near Evanston. I can literally walk to Evanston.
Word. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I do a lot of music. I have my own album out right now called The Kid Who Wanted to Be a Superhero. It's written by me, produced by me, engineered by me. All that except for 2 features. Shout out to them, Lady Fats and Trail.
Mm-hmm.
They are the 2 features on my album, on the songs Blam and For the Women. For the Women had Lady Fats, and Trail was on Blam. And what else? I'm also getting more into acting. I'm currently in a stage play called Mr. Lovejoy,
Okay.
which takes place during was it the late 1820s, early 1830s in Missouri.
Oh,
It's about an abolitionist, Elijah P. Lovejoy, based on a true story, written by the great Johnny Brown. I play Mr. Lovejoy's assistant. We are trying to premiere that play sometime this year.
Okay.
And I'm working on my 2nd album right now, which is in response to the recent election and the upcoming inauguration of you-know-who. I'm not going to say his name, except it's Voldemort.
Stop. I think I know what you're talking about. Dictator, yeah?
Yeah, that guy who wants to be a dictator, wants to be Voldemort.
Facebook, let me know if y'all can hear Aaron clearly or not. I'll get y'all a little bit closer. I see everybody's commenting and whatnot. I'll answer y'all's comments and DMs as they come in. I got you on the podcast, bro. Just hit me up. You feel me? Now that I know your political views, kind of, or the basis of it, do you feel like, you growing up on the north side prepared you for the entertainment career that you wanted to be in?
Well, yes, part of it, but I've always loved entertainment ever
Right.
since I was a little kid. I've always loved comic book superheroes. Ever since I was a little kid too. Ever since this little show called Batman the Animated Series, and that always sparked the energies. I want to go and save the day too, and all that. At least tried to put my part and. Music and all that can help inspire people. A lot of people say, I listen to this artist a lot, let's talk about Mary J. Blige, for instance. A lot of people cite Mary J. Blige as an artist who has helped get them through a lot of pain. Linkin Park's another one. I've been a big fan of Linkin Park, R.I.P. Chester. So it's a variety of stuff. And my political views too definitely play a huge part. And, my parents have always been very politically active. I remember my dad, he almost had a draft number. Thank God he didn't go, but he almost had a draft number to Vietnam. He almost went to Vietnam.
Okay.
Thankfully he didn't go. But he was part of the anti-war movement and all that. And, I also, of course, I remember big major events like 9/11. I remember where I was. I remember the 2000 election. I remember when the Iraq War started, the Black Lives Matter movement, etc., and so forth. It all plays a huge part. My music.
Okay.
For example, recently I have a song out called, I don't know, can we curse on here?
Yeah,
we on the podcast. We full on cuss word.
Yep.
Okay, I have a song out addressed to Voldemort called "Fuck a Dictator."
Yeah, we just listened.
We just listened to that actually.
You did, yeah, you did. You can see I was
literally
just listened to it.
I was going and I recorded that before the election too.
Oh, okay. I feel like listening to your music, it's not about the music itself and the technicality, but you're saying actual things if people fucking listen. You feel me? People have very short attention spans, and your music not only takes brain power to listen to, but it evokes people to think about actual shit happening around them. You feel me?
Yeah, and some of my biggest musical influences have been people like Rage Against the Machine, Public Enemy, Bruce Springsteen. My family's been a huge Bruce Springsteen. Big on Springsteen. Tupac was another one. We go for more modern, like Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar does a lot of that stuff. Run the Jewels. Her, H-E-R, a.k.a. Gabby Wilson. Remember, she had this song out called I Can't Breathe. There's tons of great artists out there. Now's the time for protest music. Oh, YG and Nipsey Hussle. I remember that one song they did. FDT.
Yeah.
I remember that.
I remember that. I feel like I didn't realize how old you were. I thought you were in my age bracket, but I think you're closer to Tony.
More in my age bracket.
Yeah.
You remember Batman the animated series?
That's what I'm saying. Hold on. I know superheroes, but you know superheroes. You feel me? This man is an avid comic reader, there's superhero shit all over the room.
I'm just a big kid. That's all the fuck that is.
Do you have a favorite superhero, supervillain?
That's an interesting one. I'll say my favorite in Marvel is probably Daredevil.
Okay.
Because I always felt like his lore was very interesting. The fact it's a blind guy, while he can't see, he can do all this other stuff. And he often questions his morality. He questions his faith, and what he does is right. Now for DC, it's probably Batman, but I also love the Flash. I love Superman. And with Marvel, I love Spider-Man, Wolverine, Blade, Punisher, Black Panther, etc. Hulk. I can go on.
I don't. I was having a discussion with Tony the other day about what is actually a superhero and what's not. Because a lot of these people in comics are vigilantes. They're not superheroes. You feel me?
No, Batman. Are we really gonna have this conversation right now? Batman is a vigilante.
Yeah.
Everybody else is a superhero.
Well, I'd say Punisher is definitely a vigilante.
Punisher's a vigilante. He's a real vigilante.
I
He
feel
kills
like
people.
superheroes consist of you being born with super innate abilities, or you're getting them from some kind of accident. You feel me? Ooze or some shit like that. You feel me? I don't feel like. I hate the phrase is Wonder Woman is not a superhero.
Why is she not?
She's just an abnormally strong Amazon. She's a normal Amazon.
She got powers.
What?
She got powers.
What?
Strength, speed. She can fly.
That's any other Amazon.
No, it's not. I ain't never seen an Amazon fly nowhere.
Really?
What?
Well,
I feel like all of them are superly strong though.
Well, some people wouldn't consider like people like Batman or Iron Man superheroes because they don't
Iron Man's
really
not a
have the super.
superhero.
But they are heroes, but they're not.
They're vigilantes.
Batman is.
So is Iron
How's
Man.
Iron Man a vigilante?
Because you could take him out of the fucking suit and he's just Tony Stark.
You're not listening to the word vigilante.
Stop. I'm gonna stop talking superheroes.
Do y'all hear this? I just want to make sure y'all are y'all listening. The public that's here, are y'all hearing this shit that she's saying? Or do y'all hear the words that are coming out of her mouth?
Like, when it comes to meeting comic book legends, you go to Comic Con often, it seems like. You met Stan Lee. Like, what is that
Of
like?
course. I got him right here.
What is that like, yo?
Well, I almost fainted like a little girl. I will never.
Valid.
I always wanted to meet Stan Lee ever since I was like a kid. I remember. What made me decide that? I had the VHS of the first Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire, and one of the previews was Stan Lee's Mutants, Monsters, and Marvels. It was him and Kevin Smith, and I've met Kevin Smith before also. But it was there when I was like, I'm going to meet that guy someday.
Mm-hmm.
And then over a decade later, I did. And when I see him go like this, I'm like, ah!
I would have lost it. I'm not even gonna hold you. I would like say something. You feel me? Like in character.
Be Stan the man.
Be Stan. Like, you feel me? Like I don't know.
I want to circle back to your music.
Go ahead,
I want to ask you about your music. Your style, is it more of a lyrical thing? Is it more of a political thing? Or is it more like what they doing today?
I think it could be a mixture of both. If you listen to a lot of other rappers like Kendrick Lamar, I feel like he's both lyrical and political. Like, for example, that song "All Right,"
Uh-huh.
prime
Like
example
Tupac.
right there. Tupac's another
Tupac.
one. Nas, Common, is very lyrical and political as well, and very poetic. I mean, Common's actually my favorite artist from The Chi, and I've met him a few times. He's always been a huge inspiration to me as well, and I'm involved with also a lot of the poetry scene here in Chicago, and it's just phenomenal. Like Hot Sauce Poetry, for instance, shout out to them. Poetry definitely does play a huge part in my writing as well, and it's like I said, it's just a mixture of everything. It depends on what you want to go for. It really all depends. Sometimes you just want to tell someone about your life story. Well, you're not going to go political, but if there's a current event, you might have to go political. Like I remember when the George Floyd protests were happening, a lot of artists like Lil Baby and Her, and Public Enemy, they came out with Fight the Power 2020.
Right.
They just went all in. They went all political, and that was an election year as well. So that was the perfect time to get all political.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I agree, yo.
Now, as far as what you just said about meeting Common and all of that, that's actually my next question. how the hell you meet all these people? I've been on your page. I see you've been with Ed Lover, Big Daddy Kane, Brandy.
Shit.
Like, bro, how the fuck did that happen?
Scarface, like
So,
what the fuck?
for example, Scarface. So I heard he was at Ramova Theater, and I've always liked Scarface music. One of the best rappers of all time, one of the best
Of course,
storytellers
of course.
ever.
Legendary.
And he had like the meet and greet option. I'm like, okay, I think I'm gonna go for that. And it was after the show, and I see him, and I give him a copy of my album. I burned my album on CD for him, and Common, and the Locks, because you never know.
Yeah.
So I decided, like, I'm gonna give this a shot. Get my picture. Hey, thank you for inspiring me. Cool. And just leave it there. I mean, there are no guarantees of what can happen, but you gotta give it your best shots. And how else I meet these other people? I mean, where I work too, City Winery. Shout out to them. A lot of people have just come in there. I saw Big Daddy Kane there. I saw Ed Lover. Actually, I met Ed Lover the first time. It was at the CVS near the Aon Center. It was before
Some
COVID.
random shit.
Some random shit.
He had his own morning show, and I recognized him, from like Yo MTV Raps and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, Ed Lover.
Hell yeah.
That's crazy, yo.
Man.
Is there somebody that you haven't met yet that's still on your bucket list?
Let's see. Keanu Reeves is definitely one I really want to meet, because he's not your stereotypical celebrity movie star. He's just remains humble. He's also one of my biggest influences in life, because he's not egotistical. He remains true to himself, and he just goes about his days. He's not involved with any of that Hollywood drama shit or anything like that. He just goes about his day, goes about his business, and he treats people with respect and dignity. He never goes like, "Don't you know who I am?" or anything like that. Like, no, he just...
No, facts. He's very humble. It's like Adam Sandler. I feel like he's one of those people. And as you being a Jewish man, do you feel like that makes you stand out in this kind of industry?
Oh, that's an interesting question. Because I'm not the first Jewish guy to do hip hop. I mean, the Beastie Boys.
Yep.
Can't
Drake.
forget
Drake is
Drake
Jewish.
is Jewish. Yes,
Really?
Drake
You
is
didn't know that?
You can't tell by the way he acts. I ain't never seen that man light a menorah. Like,
Yeah, he's Jewish.
oh.
Half Jewish. Half Jewish.
Oh.
I'd be considered half Jewish too, because now that you brought that up, I'm more Jewish by origin and ethnicity. I was never raised religiously, and
Right.
I'm Jewish through my dad's side. Now, through the eyes of the religion, your mother has to be Jewish. But
Yes.
I never followed any religion. I never went to temple. But I have celebrated the holidays like Hanukkah, of course. But going back to your question, it was me being Jewish. Does that make me feel different in the industry? Not really, no. I mean, I'm not the first Jewish person in this, and I certainly will not be the last.
Be the last, exactly.
No, I agree with you. Thinking about where you want your career to go. You said you're starting to get more into acting. Is it just like plays? Are you doing TV shows? What's your avenues?
So I want to do everything.
Okay.
Plays, TV shows, movies, music. I've experienced, of course, in music. I majored in communication, media, and theater in college. I've taken acting classes. And here's an interesting fact about me. I took some acting classes. This place in Evanston, it's called Piven Theater Workshop, and that's where a lot of people like John Cusack went.
Mm-hmm.
And I took some classes there. I remember in high school, I was in a bunch of school plays, a little bit in grade school as well. So I've always loved acting throughout my life. I always liked playing different characters. That's why I always loved dressing up in, costumes, where it was Halloween or, I don't know, cosplaying at Comic-Con.
Okay.
Shit, we got to get him on Power Rangers.
I know. Tony's filming a Power Rangers movie.
Yeah, I'm doing a fan film. And I need a few more characters. I play the Red Ranger. It's gonna be it's gonna be like it's gonna be like the Mighty Morphin, series, but in a different universe, different type of timeline kind of thing. A little bit more serious than the series, just a little,
Right.
not too much.
I can't fucking act. I can't remember lines to save my life, and I have resting bitch face no matter what I am doing. So like, I can't even be sad without being like,
Yeah, y'all, she just looked mean.
I'm an asshole, but like the point of it is I'm good at it, you know? I'm not one of those people that can't control their assholeness, but when it comes into acting, I can't remember lines. You feel me? I can't to save my life. You better hope I just freestyle and I hope it comes out right the first time, cause
Well, for sure, after we finish this interview, I'm gonna get all your details and I'm gonna bring you into the Power Rangers, bro.
that and villains.
Yeah, I'm
And
interested
villains.
in that.
I can put you in villains too. Yeah, but that's not like a cosplay thing. That's more like some gangster shit. But yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm down to play a villain.
All right, for
It'll
sure,
be
for
dope,
sure.
though. Shout out again to Facebook or behind the scenes centrals. I see all you guys coming in and talking whatever.
Yeah, y'all
I
comment
hear you
like
guys.
motherfuckers.
You guys can
Damn.
still hear him, so we're all good on that. I'm gonna give out the socials one more time before I get something for our sponsor.
Don't fuck it up.
No, go ahead and give them to him. I'm gonna get our sponsorship.
All right, well, shit. Then it's where you going?
I'm getting the sponsorship stuff.
Oh, okay. It's Linktree / Let's Be Blunt 2020. Yeah, that Let's Be Blunt 2020, not 2020 like she just said earlier. She just fucked that all the way up. So, you know what I'm saying. But also, you can find my shit, of course. I am Tony Tajay. Linktree / I am Tony Tajay. And what's yours again, Aaron?
So my Instagram is double A official, DOUBLEAAOFFICIAL, and that's also my YouTube and my SoundCloud. My Twitter, it's still
X,
Twitter,
Twitter.
okay? Okay, Elon
That part.
Musk. It's DOUBLEAAOFF. And my Facebook is, my Clark Kent name, as you see right there.
I have this hot sauce.
And since we're on Let's Be Blunt, I had to wear this, Jay and Silent Bob.
Oh, shit.
I love that shirt, yo.
Yeah, you met Kevin Smith. Shout out to Kevin Smith.
Shout out to Kevin Smith. You
Shout out
watch.
Kevin Smith.
You know what I'm
That'd be a
saying?
dope interview too.
And dude that played Jay, I don't know his real name. I always just
Jason
call him Jay.
Mewes. Jason Mewes, that's his name.
Jason Mewes, that's
Okay,
it.
he knows.
That's it.
Met both of them. And
I bet their dynamic together is hilarious.
Do they really smoke weed? That's the question.
But I
That was
remember
my first question. Y'all actually smoke blunts like this?
We're gonna get him on the show. We're gonna ask.
Remember first meeting Kevin Smith, so like I interacted with him on Twitter for a little bit. It was in the middle of the pandemic. He came for his pop-up restaurant with Jason Mewes. And I showed him my picture with Stan Lee. He looked like, hey man, I recognize you from Twitter. Glad you came out. I was excited for you. I'm like, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I saw him a year later at the Music Box. He was promoting his documentary where he had a bunch of Harvey Weinstein stories.
Oh, shit.
And I asked him a question and he recognized me. And then I see him again at C2E2 last year. Well, you remember me? I was dressed as V for Vendetta. Yeah, what's up, man? How you doing? I recognize you, man. I'm like, oh.
Oh.
Yeah, watching Jay and Silent Bob growing up, it was like, and even most celebrities, when you think about who you can meet, and then when you actually start meeting people, you're like, oh, these are just average ass motherfuckers. You feel me? Like,
Yeah, y'all gotta understand that the work ethic. It's work. It's work. When you singing, when you're dancing, when you're acting, it's all work. These people are just normal ass people. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So it's not that they are this larger than life type of thing, but that's just the politics of it. You see what I'm saying? But all these artists, all these people, they are normal people just like us. They go
have
through everyday
feelings.
problems just like we do. They just got money behind it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It's no different from if you work at Walmart and you climb up the ranks.
Yeah.
And then you become the owner of a Walmart. You see what I'm saying? And that don't make you more important than everybody else, but you're in the higher ups. You see what I'm saying? So that's the way I look at it with celebrities. But real quick, I want to take the time real quick, y'all. Shout out to our sponsor. It's 420, baby.
All I had was because me and Tony have been smashing them.
We've been smashing shit out of them goddamn them edibles.
Yo, she has different kinds of chips. It's 420 baby. You can hit her up on Myra on Facebook. It's 420 baby everywhere else. You want to put it in that can too?
And it's 420 everywhere, y'all.
It's 420 everywhere. She got hot sauces, chips, candies, any Mexican delight you want, tamales, nachos, tacos, anything you can get infused and non-infused. It's 420 baby. Also, shout out to our other spots, so Little Hippie Mama. We love Topanga.
Topanga, what up, baby girl?
Doing her shit as well. Shout out to all my international listeners coming in. I see y'all as well.
Always England.
Yeah,
what's up, y'all?
this is another Let's Be Blunt episode here. We getting deep into the questions now. I want to talk to you a little bit about, do you have aspirations outside of music for like clothing? Are you going to get your own merch going? Are you going to get stuff like that happening?
The thought has definitely come to mind. I'm just trying to wait for the right time for that. Make sure I get the wait for like the money and all that, and make sure like I keep building my platform. Once I I build my platform to a certain point, we're like, okay, now it's time to get like merch going. So it's like, okay, now I'm getting this popularity right now. Now it's time to get the merch. Now to like make all that stuff. Because it's still a learning process for me. But I'm still working on it. But the thought has definitely come to my mind. But just gotta wait till the right time for that. Now is not the right time, but it will come.
I felt that. Merch is a really finicky thing. Like, and it's with social media happening, you really get the advantage of actually promoting your stuff differently. I know everybody's heard about TikTok getting shut down, and that is a beneficial thing and an awful thing at the same time, because it might help America's like attention span, because we're so used to just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. But I get so much information from TikTok. Is that a resource that you use as well?
I never really used TikTok. I'm
Really?
gonna be honest. I was never really like a huge fan of it, but to each his own.
Okay.
But I always like, if I were to get news sources, like a lot of YouTubers, YouTube commentators, political commentators. I'll give you one example. His name's Brian Tyler Cohen. He's been doing a great job of like reporting what's going on with the world, with Voldemort and all that other stuff. So I get a lot of information from like YouTube. I do read some news articles like from the New York Times, et cetera, and so forth. But I wouldn't say like I watch like CNN. No, CNN is like a lot of the mainstream media is just very. It's just gone downhill. Now I'll still watch Stephen Colbert and whoever's on the Daily Show right now. I know Trevor Noah's gone. Jon Stewart is somewhat there. I've always loved.
Trevor Noah was gone.
Yeah, Trevor Noah's been gone, but I've always loved Trevor Noah.
Shit,
I enjoyed him actually.
He funny as hell.
I always enjoy like Trevor Noah, Jon Stewart, Stephen Colbert because they're funny, but they actually present better news than a lot of the mainstream media.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What were you just listening about? Was it mainstream? Was it Sports Networks that's having all the issues right now?
Oh, you talking about Joy Taylor?
Joy Taylor, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a Harvey Weinstein situation, kind of.
Reverse.
Yeah.
Oh.
And so, like, people like Harvey Weinstein, people often negate the real information that's happening. People have been saying stuff about that man for years. You feel me?
And Diddy. Diddy's another one.
And Diddy. His house just burned down. Actually, the fires.
Tupac been saying a long, long time ago, nobody was listening when he was saying it then, that Diddy was a little off. He been saying it for a long time. Nobody was listening. And it's sad that it took all the way till now for people to see.
Mm-hmm. I don't. Yeah, I don't know. Once his house got burned, shout out to all the people in California. I hope you guys are all
Yeah,
safe.
we
And,
hope
Yeah, my thoughts and
everybody's safe
prayers are
out there in California.
still with them.
yeah,
It looks really apocalyptic.
it does, yo. 2 kids started that fire, and that's crazy to me. That people joke all the time about forest fire and fire safety and shit. You know, it only takes one person, but like shit like this actually happens because people weren't taking shit seriously. You know?
Hell yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's also why
Right.
COVID went rampant throughout this
Yeah,
country because people didn't take that seriously. And as Voldemort said when he was first president, it's just gonna go away. It's just gonna miraculously go away. Okay, don't
yeah,
worry about it. And people didn't take it seriously. That led to 1 million people dying.
yeah, and people still are dying from COVID. People
Yeah.
be negating the fact I didn't get any of the immunizations. You feel me? Because I got the first one and it made me sick as fuck. So I was like, fuck all this shit. I'd rather just take my chances. But at the end of the day, like that shit is actually factual. The government, I feel like, is putting these diseases out here to lessen
They
the
trying to kill us.
population. Yeah, I feel like people in Chicago, especially, have been sick for so long. Like everybody around me's been sick, and I'm like, yo,
I'm tired of getting sick.
that part.
I had to go to the fucking ICU, and I had to be there for Christmas, so that shit sucked.
I wonder if
Well,
there's
I'm
like a
sorry.
better solution though. You feel me? Like, do we go back to masks at this point? Like, what?
I
Well,
had,
one of the other problems is our healthcare system is so fucked up. That's another
That part.
problem. And pretty sure we all heard about the recent killing of the United Healthcare CEO.
Yep.
While I am not for violence at all, I can understand the why something
Okay.
might
yeah.
happen, and I can understand why a lot of people are calling the alleged assassin a hero. And when
Yeah.
that guy was CEO of United Healthcare, there was a huge denial claim rate, and a lot of people died because of those denied claims.
They did.
So yeah, so I could definitely understand why a lot of people are calling the alleged assassin Luigi. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce his last name,
I
but
can't either.
I can
Wait,
understand why
what's the last name?
they call him a
I don't know.
hero.
It's long as fuck. I don't remember his
Oh,
last.
nah,
But
yeah.
if you just say Luigi, the whole world knows.
Okay, just Luigi then. We going with just Luigi.
I hear you over here at Peg on Facebook talking about Illinois wants to go back to a mask mandate. Honestly, I didn't mind the masks. It hid my awful facial expressions. First off, I was able to look at people any way I wanted to, and you wouldn't know what the fuck I was
I
thinking.
can't breathe in them motherfuckers.
Really?
I have asthma. Yeah.
You were one of the people that lowered it above your nose.
Yeah, I just have to, I have to keep and then I still end up getting sick with the fucking thing on anyway.
Because you're not wearing it right.
No, I'll still wear it where I don't get sick, but damn, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know. The healthcare is extremely fucked up here. And I only started to actually realize that once I started to get international and people started talking to me about actual things outside of this country, you feel me? Media portrays the US one way to other countries and then portrays it to us a different way. You feel me? The media and the
we're guinea
marketing.
pigs for the government.
Yeah, the media and the marketing for the United States is completely unlike any other country. Do you feel like with all the shit happening, Trump wanting to turn the Gulf of Mexico into the Gulf of the United States or the Gulf of America, whatever the fuck he said, do you really feel like this country is the place to be for much longer?
You know, that is an interesting question. And the answer is I do not know. I think there are a lot of great people in this country, but I do also think we still have a lot of work to do. We always have to remember the history of this country and how we can improve it to make it what it should be. Um, Let me tell you something. This country was built on protesting.
Yes.
You know, from the Boston Tea Party,
Mm-hmm.
protesting against British tyranny and the abolitionists protesting against slavery to like a lot of like the civil rights movement, to now like protesting um, against police brutality, like with Black Lives Matter and all of that. Protesting built this country, and protesting led to certain achievements like the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Voting Rights Act. I do think the people can make this country great, but we have to come together as a people to make it great and fight against, hatred and bigotry. And unfortunately, there's still a lot of hatred and bigotry in this country. And look, I love my city of Chicago, okay? But I'm going to be honest, it is the most segregated city
Oh, God, it is, yo.
in the country.
Hell yeah.
You heard it here first, yo. Firsthand. It's the I bring this up almost every podcast because y'all just don't fucking listen. The showcases here in Chicago are so fucked up. And I haven't been to a showcase thus far that isn't rigged already or is planned poorly. And now that I've actually run my own showcase, I know the hard work that goes into it. You feel me? New Year's Eve taught me a lot of shit. But when it comes to giving people fake opportunities, you feel me? And we all still just thrive for the same 20 people of networking that we're networking with. The arrogance here in Chicago is something different, you feel me? I want you to talk about the difference between your performances here and your performances in New York or other places that you've been in.
Let's see. I've never performed in New York, but the vibe in New York is definitely way different than Chicago. And Atlanta also, I've recognized the vibe there is very different. I've noticed a lot, like Atlanta artists come together a lot. You notice that they come together. You'll hear like, let's say Gucci Mane track featuring, I don't know, 2 Chainz, prime example. In Chicago, it's not like that. There is too much jealousy going on throughout the city. And I'll give you an example. This is back when the drill scene was popping up. If you remember the Chief Keef and Lil JoJo feud that was going. That's a prime example, and that led to Lil JoJo unfortunately losing his life. And what's going on with like Lil Durk right now? Another example. That guy allegedly he hired some killers to kill someone in Chicago. Allegedly speaking. I mean, he's still innocent unless proven guilty, but it's not looking good for him. And that got me thinking there is just way too much jealousy going on in the city. And me, I'm always going to help build up artists who even have a bigger platform than me, okay? I got a lot of respect for the artists I see. I'll give an example. Taco, shout out to Taco. Taco's been working hard. I see the grind. I see the hunger in Taco, and he put in a lot of effort. He's still putting a lot of effort.
Shit, give us his info, yo. Shit.
Hell yeah, we'd love to have him on Let's Be Blunt.
Yeah, follow him on Instagram at I think it's Taco Baby. I think that's what it is. It's Taco Baby. Yeah, Taco is a great artist, great human being, by the way. And he worked very hard. And I'm always going to help build up people like him. Ben One's another one. Ben One's another great artist.
Ben One, that's my dude right there. We grew up together.
Really?
I've been knowing that man since I was 18. Me and Ben One, because we were performing together and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Him and his brothers was in the group Strong. You know what I'm saying? And then I had my group Phase 2. And we was everywhere. Everywhere we went, they was there. Everywhere they went, we was there. So, you know what I'm saying? Hell yeah. Shout out to Ben One. We trying to get him on the show too. So he'll be on soon.
Yeah, and you look at people like Ben One and Taco. They have bigger platforms than me. Okay? They toured. But I'm still gonna build them up. They still inspire me. They still inspire me. If they could do it, I can do it too.
Mm-hmm.
See, when I met you at the performance
For Melly P's
from Melly P's
Yeah, Berwyn.
playground. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you was playing the guitar, so I'm curious, what all instruments can you play?
I can also play piano. And in
Okay.
fact, one time I played piano at the Green Mill, that jazz bar in
Okay.
Uptown that Al Capone used to own
Mm-hmm.
during their was it open mic poetry set. It was on a Sunday. They didn't have a live band. I just volunteered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of my instruments. I can play a little bass, but I'm not like Flea from Red Hot Chili Peppers or anything like that.
Yeah.
Right. Hell yeah. Felt that, bro.
I feel because like it takes more than just you don't have to play an instrument to be a musician or artist. There's plenty of ghostwriters, plenty of people that could do shit for you. But at the end of the day, someone that has musicality and the music that runs through them, the product they produce is something completely different. You feel me? I
Mhm.
feel like because you have the musical drive behind it, you know how that's supposed to sound. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, a perfect example would be like I think what's was it Brandy? Brandy, for instance, she's known as the vocal Bible.
Of
I'm not
course.
sure she plays instruments. Okay, I might
Okay.
maybe she does. I might be wrong, but the fact is, like she uses her voice
A
as an
voice.
instrument,
Hmm.
Hmm.
and she has a lot of layering with her vocals. And that's
Hmm.
an example of a great artist.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Shit, Michael Jackson, he used to do that.
Yeah.
He'd beatbox,
People would think he was crazy for the noises he would make, and then it would all
and
make
then it
sense.
all makes sense once it's
Yeah.
built up in that track. And be
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Or,
oh, okay, I see where he was going with
Yeah.
this. You know
or
what I'm
Frank
saying? Because
Sinatra,
Michael couldn't play
Frank
instruments either.
Sinatra. Yeah.
Frank
Frank
Sinatra.
Sinatra.
You know what
Tony
I'm saying?
Bennett.
Mm.
Hell yeah.
There's plenty of greats that was, and I would say still greats of our generation. You feel me? Beating both mine and y'all's. You feel me? But I don't know. Music of this day bothers my fucking soul. And I don't know if it's because everything is just so repetitive and repeating. There's no
There's no
depth.
there's no feelings involved in music now.
It's about a vibe.
Back in the day, it was about feelings. If your feelings was hurt, if a girl broke your heart,
You just come out with a banger.
you coming out with a banger. You gonna say something.
Yeah.
If a dude broke a girl's heart, she coming out with some good shit. You know what I'm saying? But then it evolved into fuck niggas, fuck bitches, we doing drugs, we outside.
We outside.
I'm thinking that Lil Pump song, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang. I'm thinking that
Yeah,
one right
just
now.
keeps
Like,
repeating,
what?
And there's a time and a place for that shit. You feel me? If I'm into it, cool. I'm bopping all night. But as soon as I get out the
Fuck
club,
all that. Stop that shit.
I don't
Stop
know.
it. Make some music.
There's a time and a
Lyrics.
place. If I'm in the club jamming, you cool. I don't mind hearing Gucci Gang, Gucci. All
I ain't gonna groove to that shit. I'm gonna walk right out. I gotta pee.
stop, yo. As far outside of music, outside of acting, are you prone to the arts? Do you draw? Do you do stuff like that?
I suck at drawing.
Really?
I was always terrible at drawing. But I am a huge fan of the arts, the performing arts. I remember back in high school, I used to be like footworking in hallways and
Not the
all that.
footworking.
Yeah,
You can
we
tell
It,
you from
we
Chicago.
we are from a different time. You know what
Okay,
I'm
I
saying?
know how the footwork.
People don't footwork no more, and that sucks, bro. We have fun with that shit. Juking.
I pause. I was born in '98, so I know what the fuck footworking is. You
No,
feel me?
no, you was.
I
I be trying to get her to understand what she's saying around here. You were born in '98. You didn't
yeah.
get to enjoy the '90s for what it really was.
Sir,
You
I'll
didn't
get down to the
you didn't
percolation
get
so quick.
you didn't get to wear the Africa colors, none of that shit.
Stop. I don't,
You ain't get to wear your hair like Vanilla Ice, nothing.
I don't think I want to do that anyways.
I wanted to. I swear to God, we had the high top fades and shit. And I was gonna try to do the little blonde little shrink
Looking
like.
like DJ Jazzy Jeff and shit.
Hey, we had fun back in the '90s. Y'all be tripping.
I
We had the long ass. We had the tails, not like my ponytail right now, but we had the tails,
rat
right?
tails?
The rat tail at the bottom and shit, and then we had the little high top fades with the parts and shit. But boy,
I don't know. I feel like I was definitely born at the wrong time. You
You
feel me? I
was.
missed a lot of cultural cool shit. I truly did. I missed a lot of icons, you know? Like when Mike died, I had to be like 12, 13.
Yeah, you missed.
So like I missed out on a lot of fundamental shit, and me trying to catch up and still educate this generation on what could have been or what still can be. You feel me?
She got a long way to go. A real long way to go. She don't know none of the movies or nothing.
I suck at movies. That's the one thing I suck at movies.
She don't know none of the movies.
Whatever, yo. Whatever. This generation has good shit when they get their head out someone else's ass.
You know what? You know what classic she know? 16 Candles.
I love 16 Candles, yo.
Hey, you know what my favorite Chicago movie is?
Hmm.
The Blues Brothers.
I love.
I saw
Blues
your
Brothers.
picture on Instagram with you dressed like that.
Dressed as Elwood. I can't be Jake. I'm too tall to be Jake. And rest in peace,
I'm
John
too short, but I'll do it.
He'd be really good at the impersonation shows.
Huh?
He'd be good at the impersonation shows.
Yeah. Yeah. You should stop through, bro.
Tony,
We'd love to see a Blues Brothers tribute. That shit would be cool.
He does. Tony does obviously Michael Jackson tribute. He does Prince, Babyface, David Ruffin, all those people.
Bruno Mars.
So it would be dope to see you do Blues Brothers. That would be, or at least Blues Brother.
Blues Brothers.
Yeah.
No, we'll get white boy. Hey, white boy. White boy. I know you're watching, dude. We need a Blues Brother.
Yo, when it comes to what you feel like is your next steps in your life, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Well, who knows? Because anything can happen. But I hope to be like, still making music that I want to make. Maybe working with artists, like maybe some big names. Who knows? Like if, I don't know, Mariah Carey called me, said, hey, I want you to help me with a new song. Sure, I'll do it, Mariah. If that ever does happen, I'm
Sure, I'll do it, Mariah.
if that ever does happen, I'll definitely go for that. I mean, hopefully that will happen, but who knows? But I'm always aiming to take myself to the next level. I'm always going to improve on myself, whether it's music or acting, anything. Always take my shit to the next level.
Right.
You should always try to evolve yourselves. There's no reason to be content with just what it is because you're stuck at what it is. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I tell people often, yo, if you're not dreaming towards your future, then what are you doing? Just day by day shit? Because that gets mundane real quick.
Hell yeah.
You know?
But shit, tell the people you got new shows coming up, anything on the calendar?
Yeah.
Out here in Chicago? When people
Still working on that. There was some personal problems lately, but I'm always around. Like you probably see me at a lot of open mics. I plan on going to one open mic around, I think it's Oak Park. I can't remember the address, but I'll definitely box you that information. A friend of mine told me about that, and I do plan on going to that. But yeah, like whenever I'm involved with a new showcase, I'm definitely going to like let you know about that.
Hell yeah, let us know so we can let the people know and we come out support. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta ask you, because we're gonna be wrapping it up here in the next 10 minutes. I have to ask you, I've seen you rap and I've seen you sing, but which do you prefer more?
I don't know. I guess maybe rapping, but I always try to do singing. I love someday, to make a metal album.
Oh, okay. Okay. So your range isn't just typical what we know as hip hop. You feel me? You could mix genres together with your rap.
I can always try. Like, obviously, I love like Linkin Park and Rage Against the Machine, and Chicago's own band, Disturbed.
Ooh.
Oh, I love Disturbed, yo. I didn't know they were from Chicago though.
Yeah, they're from
They
Chicago.
are from Chicago.
Really? Things I learned.
Yeah, so down the line, like as I build up, like the studio equipment I have, I'm gonna try to experiment with as many genres as I can. Hell, I might even try classical someday. I might do a remix of a Beethoven.
Sure, why not?
Why not, yo? I have to ask because you're from the North Side. Please tell me you're not a fucking Cubs fan.
I'm neutral with that stuff. With it's Cubs.
Let me get the fuck up now.
Thank you, bro.
I don't know. I'm from the South Side, so I'm a die-hard Sox fan. You feel me? My homie was telling me that he was getting a tribute of all the Chicago teams done on his arm. I said, you couldn't pay me to get no Cubs.
Yeah, fuck that. I'm from Chicago, so we represent Chicago. It ain't just one team; it's all teams. I know our teams is shit right now, but you know what I'm saying. We still rep. If you from Chicago and you rep one team, why you ain't repping the other? We all in the same fucking spot.
Mhm.
There's different cultures in Chicago.
No,
There's
fuck
different
that,
levels.
man.
And I know we already talked about the segregation of people in Chicago, on the west side, people hating the east side and shit like that. You feel me?
Fuck that. Come together like butt cheeks and be.
We could, but certain things I would never buck on, and the Chicago Cubs will not be one of them things.
See, I support all our teams.
I almost died at Wrigley Field, them busted ass seats.
Man, well, that's Wrigley Field's fault. That ain't the team.
I blame everybody involved. Fuck it. Y'all shouldn't
You
even.
gonna get mad at the team and fuck these seats? What?
Ah! It's just how I work, yo. Fuck out of here.
Ladies and gentlemen, I didn't do a goddamn thing.
Facebook is like, this bitch today is crazy. Yo, I gotta ask, for your favorite pastime outside of music, what do you normally do? You just a Comic-Con person, or what do you be involved in?
Oh, let's see. Yeah, lots of, Comic Con. Definitely involved with that. I also, because I'm politically active, I like to attend as many protests as I can
Okay.
to help, people get their voices heard. I was there during the George Floyd protests when they raised the bridges.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I was downtown. I've been involved with a lot of protests. I remember when I was younger, my mom took me to an anti-Iraq war protest.
Okay.
Around the time that war was starting. I've been in several. There was, what else? I went to one, was for Laquan McDonald when, was it when Jason Van Dyke got convicted?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And there was also, oh, yes, another protest. And I boycott this place, by the way. It was in Rosemont. Remember that story about Kanika Jenkins?
Yes.
I was at one of the protests there too. It was the year after that tragedy happened, and I still remember cops came on bikes and surrounded us. It's like, the fuck you doing? There was something happened at a hotel. You're not doing anything to solve that.
Yeah. No.
And I boycott that hotel. I'm like, I'm not going in there that hotel. Oh no.
Ever since that shit, I agree with you on that. I tell people often in Chicago, I am not stopping for a cop that's on a bike or on a horse. Do not pull up next to me with no goddamn horse in my goddamn window talking about, hey, you're arrested. Like, what? No. I don't know what's up with Chicago, the horses downtown. But
Oh
we need
god,
to
the
switch
horses.
that up,
I've seen those. But yeah, I always like to be politically active because protests help make change.
It does. If it's done correctly.
If it's done correctly.
You feel me?
If it's done wrong, people get killed.
Yeah, people get killed. I mean, protests, I feel like, from my perspective, are meant to get information across. There isn't supposed to be a violence kind of protest. It's not necessary nor needed, no matter the situation. You feel me? I understand the uprise and anger. You feel me? You can carry those emotions and still get your purpose across with respect and dignity. You know?
You're right, yeah.
So I want to get some advice from you towards the younger generation on proper ways to get a message across or protest in proper functions.
Well, I'd say for one, definitely get your voice heard, get your voice out there. That's the first thing. Whether it doesn't have to be like attending a protest. It could be, let's say, like writing a poem. It could be
Okay.
doing a drawing. Cartoons have definitely, especially a lot of political cartoons, have definitely sparked efforts to make a change.
Yeah.
It could be any form of art. And continue to spread awareness on social media. That's how, for example, that's how I learned about incidents like what happened with George Floyd, or what happened with Kanika Jenkins. I learned about those incidents through social media, and I read about them, and then I continued to spread awareness. Like, hey, look at this. This is a problem. We need to do something about it. We need to fix this.
Thanks.
And just more importantly, just make sure you know how powerful your voice is. Know how powerful your voice is.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I shared something the other day on Facebook and it said, y'all will like something unnecessary, but when I'm speaking actual fucking facts, you just keep scrolling. And I tell people, yo, be mindful of what you actually share and what you actually respond to. Because A, it affects your image, and B, it affects the knowledge of the world. You feel me? You never know who could see your posts. You never know what could be made assumptions about you. So come correct whenever we're on social media. And that doesn't mean don't post what you want and don't be yourself, because definitely do that. But keep in mind, this phone we got, this technology, is something that's relatively new. You
Yeah.
feel me? Nobody truly understands, not even the people that do the algorithm, or maybe they do, the people that do the algorithms, but no one truly understands the depth of how much information is truly stored on the internet. You said earlier in the podcast that you still burn your CDs and hand them out to people. Do you feel like that's a lost art missed in this generation?
I feel like it is. I feel like owning a copy of like a music or a movie you really
Mm-hmm.
like, it just means something. And I still buy physical media. You'll probably see me at like record stores, like Reckless
Right.
Records as a prime example. And the best part about it is you don't have to rely on the streaming service. You could just put it on whenever you want. And
Yeah.
now, don't get now with streaming services, I'll listen to it first through streaming. If I like it, I go out and buy it. But
Yes.
owning it, it just means something, and it just what's the right term? Like, it just gives you this great imagination. Like I bet you, like whenever who's I'm trying to think. It it sparks your imagination. Sorry, my words
There
were a
you
little
go.
mixed. It sparks your
Hey, that
imagination.
happens.
Like I'll give an example. Let's look at George Lucas as a prime example. You know, how did he create Star Wars? How did he create Indiana Jones? He was a fan of a lot of like the old movie serials, where it was like adventure serials for Indiana Jones or sci-fi adventure for Star Wars, and he would always go to the theater, just look at the posters. It just sparked his imagination, sparked his creativity.
Mhm.
Um, who else? I saw an interview one time. It was Steven Spielberg.
Okay.
It was the guy, the author Michael Crichton. They were friends, and Michael Crichton was saying like, "So I have this book out about dinosaurs," and Steven Spielberg's imagination just
Yeah.
blew up. Like I want to
Jurassic
know
Park.
about it. And yeah, it led to Jurassic Park.
That's crazy, yo.
Hell yeah.
It makes me wonder if shit I've said to people, they're actually currently like doing something about it. You feel me?
It might have sparked it might have sparked
That's
the
crazy.
little idea of what to do next. It might have.
I don't know. I've noticed on Let's Be Blunt, we're a little bit different than most radio and podcast shows because our filter doesn't give a fuck. You feel me? And when it comes to getting to know somebody and getting to know a client, I tell people, yo, listen to what they're saying because they're truly speaking blunt ass shit. And listening to you talk on this podcast, I feel like it's opened a lot of people's eyes to who you are and not just the facade that people think you are. So I appreciate all your wisdom as you've been speaking on this podcast,
Of
yo.
course.
Yeah.
You want to do social medias and all things like that?
Well, before we go,
Oh yeah, our sponsor.
again, shout out to our sponsor. It's 420, baby. It's always 420 somewhat. And
Go
of
for it.
course, how do you say Topanga's? It's
Little hippie
hippie
mama. Mommy.
Yeah, mom.
Yep. Little hippie mommy. Again, it's 420, baby. All your chips, candies, hot sauces,
Whatever you need.
nachos, any Mexican delight.
And it gets you right.
It gets you hot. Yeah. Shout out to Myra on Facebook, and it's 420, baby. Anywhere. Little hippie mommy is obviously Topanga. Shout out to Topanga as well.
And
She's
you
on
know
here.
we love you always.
Linktree, Let's Be Blunt 2020. I said it correctly.
You said it correctly this time.
Linktree, Let's Be Blunt 2020, yo.
And Linktree, I am Tony Tajay.
All things Tony the retard over here.
And then AA Ron. Don't say your
Yeah.
stuff, man. Because I don't know it by heart.
Instagram, Double A Official. Same thing with SoundCloud and YouTube, DOUBLEAAOFFICIAL. Twitter. I'm never going to call it X.
I'm never going to call it X. Even though it's X-rated as hell.
DOUBLEAAOFF. And then Facebook, it's my Clark Kent name. As you see right
Word.
there.
Well, make sure we get him tagged and everything properly. Is there any last words you want to say or get your opinions out on anything before we close it out?
Well, I'll say in the words of Stan Lee, Excelsior.
I fucks with it, y'all. On that note, this has been another episode of Let's Be Blunt.
Y'all tune in next week. You know, for our next episode, we're going to have the GOAT on, you know what I'm saying, Billy Ray Valentine. So
Fluent Radio, so
you know,
check out that.
y'all get ready for that. That's going to be an interesting interview, and it's going to be very uncensored. So y'all get ready for that.
Y'all, thank you for Facebook behind the scenes, and thank you to our guests as well for making the time to come on. I know the snow kind of fucked us up, you coming here smoking blunts with us, but next time we got you.
Next time we got you.
Next time, it's going to be in person.
Oh, hell yeah.
Most definitely.
Absolutely.
Most definitely. Well, we appreciate everybody tuning in. Until next time, peace out, yo.
Peace.
Peace.
Now this is what I'm talking about, baby.
Yo, what's up, blunt heads? It's everybody's favorite. Nope, I keep saying I'm changing that. What's up, everybody? It's the Jester King, Tony Tajay. And I'm here with Big Mama. And, of course, you know, we sitting up here and you just not going to say nothing, right?
I was rocking, my Jay and Silent Bob shit. I thought I was being mysterious.
Well, anyway, I guess, look, check this out. Y'all, it's a small thing for y'all, but it's a big thing for us. Why don't y'all go on and like, comment, subscribe, and that's what us over here. Let's be blunt. Y'all be watching our videos and all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Come on, watch y'all. Give us a little like. We need that. You know what I'm saying? We trying to get this shit really rolling the way we want it to be on a bigger scale. You know what I'm saying? We trying to take it up a notch. So you know what I'm saying? Rock with us.
Give it.
Stop looking. Go
watch the video. The fuck?
Go do the like, comment, and subscribe. Bye. We finna roll up.